Lads, welcome to episode 8 of the U23 Sorare Road To Glory. Lads, got to be our biggest episode ever. So many positives this week that I cannot wait to get into. If you do enjoy the video, please do leave it a like, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and let's just get straight into things. Back-to-back promotions. We've gone from the pits of Division 4 into Division 2 for this upcoming weekend. We were, of course, in Division 3 for this weekend. 318th. We just missed out on our first card reward. Big thanks to Vega for messing that up on Monday night for us. 10.46 points away from a tier 5. And yeah, 2-all draw at home. I did not expect them to concede that many. Who knew Nani was playing in the Portuguese league right now? He's teammates with Danilo Vega, a little random one there. But yeah, another promotion. We did win a reward box. We got some essence in it. It wasn't enough to craft our first card. I think we got 3 essence. I think we're 3 away. I think we're on 17 or 18 right now from crafting. So 20, of course, is the tier 5 plus. And we haven't even scratched the surface on, the biggest success this weekend. And it didn't come in Sorare Pro. It came in the form of Sorare Rivals. Now, I was at a card convention randomly on Saturday. I bought myself a Pop Funko. It's a signed Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Yu-Gi character, whatever, right? And I was at the venue and I set like 3 or 4 Rivals lineups. Yeah, I came out of that show with a 3-win streak. Now, I've been complaining for a little while now, haven't I, that all I'm winning is tickets, right? And, you are probably sick of me moaning about that. But if we go back to Saturday, ignore the loss streak there on Sunday. I think it was around, this was it. So there's the 3-win streak there. So it was the Bologna game, the Genk game, and the Brighton game. And we won, obviously a reward box for the 3-win streak. Lads, we ended up pulling a Castro Montes in-season card, obviously, who plays for USG in the Belgium League. Basically an identical card to this. It wasn't a special edition. And we managed to sell it for like £6.50. I think it ended up actually going after like taxes or whatever, on the secondary market. What did we actually get for it? £6.12. That's like 1/3 of the budget that we started this series off at. Like, do you know how crazy that is? Like, it's such a cheat code playing Rivals. Like on a low budget, because it can just elevate your gallery out of nowhere. And that's only a £6 card. Like, obviously £6 is a lot to us in the series, but in the grand scheme of Sorare cards and even limited cards these days, like, that isn't even that expensive for an in-season card. So, it can get a lot better than that. I'm not complaining about, what we've got, value-wise out of him. It completely changes the course of our road to glory. Like, this is the biggest week so far, episode 8. Yeah, we've had a smasher week where, we got promoted. Okay, we didn't win a card. We got a box from Sorare Pro, and at the same time, pulled a valuable card out of Rivals, which, yeah, if you're not playing Rivals, you're doing it wrong, basically, is the best way to describe that. On another Rivals note, I did accept the final member into the squad, so I think we've had back-to-back promotions in the squad. I'll be honest, I'm not pulling my weight. I'm having a bit of a stinker right now in Rivals overall. I'm actually 9th out of the 10, so yeah, things aren't looking good for me in that sense, but you know what? After I won that Castro Montes on the weekend, I was like, my weekend's done with Rivals. Even though I did play, it kind of took the edge off in that I didn't need to win. It's always nice to win, obviously. Like, there's still an incentive to win. But after I won that Montes, I was like, I'm set. Like, I don't need to do much this weekend. Like, it feels like my job's done. And, I lucked out and managed to win a card. We ended up selling, like I said, which, obviously boosted up the bank balance. And with that money, I have saved the majority of it. Don't worry, I've still got a bulk of it left. I think we've got, a £5.79 balance. I have updated the floor prices as well of the cards in the gallery, and we have brought in a new addition. So let's go and have a look at him. So we've been crying out for another defender option alongside Vega because, let's be honest, he hasn't been that good since the start of the season. And we've brought in David Affengrubber, who was at Sturm Graz in the Austrian League. And he has now signed for Elche in the Spanish 2nd Division. We paid 54 pence for him off Roxy. And this past weekend, he wasn't set to play. I think I bought him after the weekend anyway. But he scored a 30 AA at home to Granada with no clean sheets. 30 AA, okay, they didn't keep a clean sheet. But you can only imagine what that score would be if he did keep a clean sheet. And he does have a really good fixture this weekend. So it just felt right to bring him in for 50 pence. It just felt stupid not to. Like I said, we still have a massive bulk of our budget left, nearly £6 worth. I am trusting in Negley's fixture run for the next couple of games, so I'll run him into the ground for as long as possible until they play like PSV away or something like that, right? To where, yeah, we'll probably bring in another forward, but for now, I don't think we need to. Like, we don't have another goalkeeper to, you know, use our substitutes in like another lineup. We've only got one lineup, so there's only so many cards I can afford to really absorb like every week, you know, because obviously I'm only playing 5 of them. 4 of them will be, you know, on the bench in that sense. Good news about Clarkson. He did come off the bench on the weekend. His price has kind of risen a little bit, not to where we paid, or the amount we paid for him. We paid £3. He's at £2.27. And I've just, you know, changed the colours of these floor prices to indicate, is the floor price higher or lower than the actual cost that we bought the card for initially. There's a couple of funky ones where obviously I bought Dakovic, where I traded Mikado for him, and Pletinic and Adson went into Bulat as well. So those ones are a little bit funky, like there's no exact like price I paid for them. It was more of a trade. But anyway, lads, the gallery value is at £26. Plus our balance, which is just under £6. We've basically got a gallery worth just over just under £32. We put £20 into this gallery, and our gallery is basically up 50%. In quotations. Like, obviously, you know, a bit of that is the cash balance, but cash is king. Like, you know, that can't go down effectively unless it's in ETH. And yeah, of course, the gallery value can fluctuate, but, you know, our players are playing well. Our players are doing what they're supposed to do for us. Bass with another assist, back-to-back 80 pluses. Guzman with another goal. Lad's on fire. He is really finding his feet now in the championship. Of course, I got my captaincy wrong. It should have been Bass, and you're probably watching this thinking, Harry, you know you should have captained Bass. And I do. I do know I should have done that. Easy to say in hindsight, of course, but he's always the play. Julian Bass is always the play. Dakovic with another clean sheet. Sibanek not conceding many goals so far this season, sorry. And yeah, poor captaincy, of course, let me down here. This would have been probably maybe a tier 3. Probably a tier 4 if I got my captaincy right. But nonetheless, I'll take it all day long. We are promoted into Division 2. Like, what is going on? Back-to-back promotions. Absolutely buzzing with that. We can get rid of the Google Sheet for now, I think. We could probably get rid of our our results page as well. And we can go into the lineup builder and see what we've got cooking for this weekend. I am filming this on Wednesday. I normally film it on Thursday, but I am very busy on Thursday. So we might not have predictions, you know, across the whole of Predictify, for example. I've toggled, you know, to my matches, so I'm only going to see the cards that I own. And we're going to go through, you know, each of our cards now. So let's go into Contender first and see if Dakovic is on to play. We do have predictions, and he is at 90%, which is great, but a very tough fixture. They play Riker away. You know, Riker top of the league right now. Very, very good team. I have a lot of their outfielders in rare and super rare. Yeah, this is, you know, obviously I'm happy that we've been promoted, but this might be the weekend where I might not use our Division 2 entry. I'll get into that a bit later. But, you know, seeing as though we only have one limited under 23 team, and you can play, of course, a maximum of 3, I can kind of choose, you know, what division I want to play my players in, depending on, you know, where those 3 entries are. Of course, we have one in Division 2. I'm not actually exactly sure where our other 2 are, so I'm going to have a quick look, sorry. Okay, so we've got Division 2, and then we haven't even unlocked our second and third lineup. So, in theory, our second team would go into Division 5, I believe. The choice is basically play Division 2 or play Division 5. So, I'm undecided yet. Let me go back to lineup building first and seeing if our players are predicted to start. So, we know our goalkeeper's in. Our goalkeeper's a certainty. And then we have 2 defender options now. Like I said, I brought in Affengrubber, massive addition to the gallery, knowing that, you know, we don't have, or we're not sort of blessed with defender options right now. I need to find the La Liga Hypermotion. Oh, we do have Elche predictions already, which is great. And let's have a look. And he is at 90%, so it does look like he's earned, you know, the right to start his second game in a row. So we're definitely going to play him. He's at home to Miranda, which is a better fixture than away to Santa Clara, for Danilo Vega. And then this is a bit weird. So Sorare to have Marco Bulat out. I don't know whether that's an injury. Let's have a look at Challenger, and we'll go into the Belgian league. It is early in the week, so you know you don't really need to trust the Sorare data percentages too much, or don't buy into them too much like early on in the game week. They're very useful when it comes to like the end of the game week. So just keep that in mind. But let me go back to Challenger. Okay, he's at 80%. So we can kind of disregard that a little bit. It might be, yeah, I don't know the reason why, a couple people think he's going to be on the bench. Maybe he will be. Like, that 80% doesn't necessarily mean he's going to start, right? But I don't see any, there's no injury or anything. He's been starting. They've been playing well. So I can't see a reason why they'd change that. And so, yeah, Bass away to Walwick. Now, we do have the Eredivisie special this weekend. So Eredivisie cards in general, especially good scoring ones with good matchups, will be, at a bit of a premium. I mean, Sparta Rotterdam have been playing really well. Walwick haven't been. Okay, it's an away fixture, so Bass and Negley are both sort of on to play, which is great. On paper, this is a good time to sell maybe Bass and Negley if you didn't, want to believe in them longer term, if that makes sense. I'm all about the long term. I want to, keep this gallery as long as possible. Yeah, I'll chop and change now and again. Selling into demand is never really a bad thing, So, like I said, yeah, Eredivisie cards will be at a bit of a premium before this weekend starts because, yeah, the special weekly, which we're not playing in, of course, we need in-season cards for that. And then the extra player, which is basically either Kenzo, Vega, or Bulat. Bulat is at home. Tough game, though, against USG. Massive favourites there. Vega's away in a game that they're not favourites in. And Kenzo is away to Sheffield United, which isn't a great fixture either. But, last couple of games, he's been on fire, so I can't really knock his latest performances. He scored the winning goal against my hometown club Cardiff, so yeah, a bit of sweet one there, sorry. A very tough game away to Sheffield United. Have they been conceding goals? I can't imagine they have been. No, so they beat Hull away. Yeah, they're keeping clean sheets quite regularly. Okay, they didn't here, but the last two they haven't conceded a goal. I think I'm going to go with Bulat. It is at home. Okay, it's not the best of fixtures, but I am a bit of a sucker for a home fixture. And, he takes set pieces, so you just never know. There could be a goal from a set piece. Big David Bates gets his Scottish noggin on something, and yeah, there's an assist for you, right? That could easily happen. Now, I made a mistake last week and not captaining Bass. I don't think I'm going to make the same mistake this week. I think he goes in as our captain. Affengrubber definitely has merit in being captained as well. It basically be between, Bass and Affengrubber if I had to choose between two. And now we're back to the contemplation of, do we go Division 5 or do we go Division 2? Division 2, of course, prizes there are going to be way better. There's 5 stars on offer. I know we're probably in the unrealistic zones there, really. And, is our team capable of really popping? I do worry about our goalkeeper. Our defender, I think he can hit 60, 70 points quite comfortably, as we've seen. Bass as our captain. I mean, the sky's the limit for him, especially in a fixture like this, I think. Same for Negley, could easily score us a goal or two or get an assist. Bulat is a bit of a worry in that, it's not a smasher fixture. It's not something I'd expect him to get 70, 80, 90 plus out of. His cap there for me is probably 60. So, when I'm taking that into consideration, I think it could be a good opportunity to save our, or just to not utilise our Division 2 division this weekend. So I think I am going to go into Division 5. Let me go in and captain Bass. And that should mean, if we scroll down, we should be in Division... Yeah, so we are in Division 5. I'm just seeing here, Bulat plays Friday. So hopefully Bulat's Friday night curse doesn't come to haunt us. But yeah, we're in a good position. We're in the best position we've been in all season by a country mile. That sort of £6 cash injection from that Montez sale is just unbelievable. For us, £20 gallery, £20 Road to Glory, to get an injection of £6, basically 30% of what our gallery is worth, what we spent, is massive, especially at limited now with, buying Affengrubbers at 50 pence. I feel rich, in the Road to Glory for once, which I haven't felt so far in this, in these 8 episodes. So I'm buzzing with where we're at. And of course, Sorare Pro's going well for us as well. Okay, we haven't hit a reward yet, but we are really close to crafting our first limited card. Okay, so we're 2 essence away. So surely, strategy, should be enter Division 5 for this weekend. Hit a reward box, hit the minimum amount of essence. So if we go to Division 5, so yeah, the minimum is 3. I know we could hit a level up, of course, but if we do hit 3 essence, then, we're at 21 essence. We can craft our first card at that point then. So that has to be the bare minimum for us, I think, this weekend. But in Division 5, we'd have to fancy our chances to hit a reward here, a card reward in that sense. 111th is paid down to 111th card-wise, and then top 25% get boxes. I mean, goalkeeper fixture isn't great, but outside of that, I am quite optimistic in in what we've got going on, with our outfielders. As long as Dakovic doesn't concede 3, which there is a high probability he's going to, I think we can get away with maybe pinching a card there. Now, I am filming this whilst the Champions League games are going on, and as you can see, I have entered 4 competitions. There's like a double rep boost going on right now, which is a really cool promotion, I think. I think it was on the City game, if I'm not mistaken. So let's have a look at what my opponent's going. So we're both going Edison. He's going Diaz. I've gone Lewis. We haven't both gone Rodrigo. He's gone double defense, Savio. Ooh, he hasn't gone Haaland. That's an interesting one. And I've had to pick a Inter Milan midfielder because I couldn't fit everything else in. Interesting. We've both gone Tiki Taka, and he's definitely beating me right now on that. With Kanji. Diaz is going to be passes for fun. So I think he might have me in this. It's early days. It's only 5-6 minutes in. But hopefully we can hit some more 3 win streaks and hit some of these missions as well. Lads, I hope you have enjoyed episode 8. If you did, please do leave it a like. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. Let me know how you got on this weekend. And hope you did enjoy the video. I hope you have a great day, and I shall see you guys in the next episode.